Hey, what's going on? So, the title of this video is called The Real, and The Real Part 1. I want to take this whole weekend to just kind of give my thoughts on, like, a quick summary of what it is that I've been witnessing and what I've been observing. It seems that, well, yes, hold on, before I get something's up. Yesterday, a lot of people were upset with me because I was just, saying things that I've been observing, and of course, people for a long time have been trying to vilify me because I'm just, stating what I'm witnessing. Like, people have been bringing problems to my doorstep, okay, and when I didn't want to open the door for them, they just decided to barge in and break windows and pick locks to bring me their bullshit. And because I'm expressing what they're doing, not only just not even like in a yelling kind of situation or anything like that, but because I'm expressing what they're doing, all of a sudden they want to call me the bad guy. They want to sue me. They want to get upset at me. And I'm like, no, you can't. No. There's a lot of retaliation that people are doing because I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I don't have to. I don't have to have anything to do with you. Now, so yeah.
Thank you so much. Today we are. High honor with a great fortune here. We give. Your hard work is paying off. That's what I heard when I saw the gift and the toil later here. Your hard work is paying off. For some of you, you're already in this energy because you have stepped out of your comfort zone. You've gone through a.
That's crazy because you guys are looking as people and saying that I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. I've always had that entrepreneurial spirit since I was a child. I'm not even saying a teen, but since I was a child, I always had that entrepreneurial spirit. I've lived in different places. The only reason why I came back here is because I own this place, and also because you guys have set it up that way, so I can't, sell my place. Um, this has a clause on it too, so I can't sell it for how much I want to sell it. But I'm pretty sure you guys have some type of plots and schemes in order to either delay or make it so where you have some opportunistic reasons. I'm gonna leave soon because I'm gonna go to get that copy of the restraining order just to show you guys, and also for my own records mostly. But things are exposed for what it is. Okay, none of this shit is right. So I just want to put this down so that way I can just say for what it is. Society observation. My observation about society So I'm gonna do this in different ones. Observation about society. Society. Observation about society. Observation. So I think it's just a lot easier for me to just kind of get a lot of this shit out of the way, so that way I don't have to really repeat it as often about my findings and my observations. So we already know. Let's go about society. Unjust burdens by dependent leeches that feel entitled to space. It's like bringing their garbage over to my home and wanting me to deal with it. But when I refuse, they still, when I refuse, they barge in, break windows, and even make locks as the government stands by or helps them. To to force me to do to force or coerce me to force slash coerce me to deal with their shit. So that's that for society. Observation for that's my observation with society for right now. My observations with whites and non-blacks. Whites have had their historic and partially modern slate wiped clean by the hands and activities of black people, black men, worldwide. Specifically, in the US. This opportunity has allowed them to continue and still harass, harm, and exploit a person. Slash black people silently. When whites and non Whites and non-blacks. Whites and non-blacks pacify Black people by providing small gifts and opportunities in exchange for their obedience and cooperation. The obedience, cooperation, and execution. And execution of tasks. Black people are still seen as inferior in their own right, no better than whites. Comparatively, the highest or second highest achieving Black person is seen as equal to or lesser than a patriotic low level income there are still seats not open, not offered to Black people in trust, untamed. They're chill. They're not to be trusted. And again, some clients. Or they haven't co-signed slavery. However, in the United States, they haven't co-signed slavery. Other views similar to that, Georgia. Slash. Black people, on the other hand, have Black people. On the other hand, okay, now I'm Black people. And you can see why I'm like yawning and shit, because this shit is so fucking boring to me. Like, it is exhausting. Having to have this people in like my environment. Oh, goddamn. When you're dealing with such toxic ass people, it's not just about like, oh, ignoring what people say. It's about literally people inviting you things like to your front door, and whether you want to deal with them or not, like they try to force you to deal with it, and then they use government officials and whatnot like that in order for you to try to deal with it. Pardon me. So black people, enough black people, too many black people, way too many. The majority of black people are just as they provided free pass. Oh my goodness. All right, green pass. I wasn't yawning at any of this stuff. Like, this is how fucking draining it is. Yeah. How they for to be ugly to all the historic bullshit oppression.
Hey man, did you get the job? No, they want somebody with a college degree. You should check out UT Permian Basin. What's that?
And the way you about to transform here, I just heard amazing. It's going to be amazing. For somebody here, you might have an investment somewhere. And whatever you invested in, it's coming to you. So I don't know if it's like those semi-annual, like the dividends, like I don't know what you invest in. But whatever it is, it's going to help you expand. Surfboarding could be significant. But a lot of you, you're going to get a download with this High Priestess and this Death card. You're going to get a download that's going to help you expand. Maybe expand like your business to a different, a more diverse community. Or somebody is going to help you. Conclusions are within reach. Somebody may even help you. Somebody could be looking into something right now with the Hermit right here. I was just getting ready to say somebody could be running out of time for something here, and then I cracked the deck. The message of concern is right here. So if somebody is waiting, if you're waiting on somebody to do something for you, this step out of your comfort zone, it's like do this shit by yourself. Because more than likely you're going to be by yourself. I just said in one of my messages the other day, like, you come here alone, you're going to die alone. So if you're waiting for somebody to come along or something like that to help, do that shit on your own. You're going to get a download. Conclusions are within reach.
Supposedly there's somebody that's interested in me that's been stalking me. That is a pervert. You've been watching me while I'm naked and shit like that. This is the black woman telling me this. And then she's like saying, don't wait for anybody. And like, I'm never waiting for anybody. Like, black people are so with matchmaking, toxic relationships with my abusers. Society is obsessed with matching me in a relationship. Period. Instead of justice. They are such messy, stalking, abusive people. No wonder no wonder, there are such messy, stalking, abusive people with control issues. And refusal to respect the word no. But it's no wonder they pardon and help. This is just what they do, this is who they are. They do what they do and who they are.
High honor with the great fortune here. We give. Your hard work is paying off. That's what I heard when I saw the gift and the toil and labor here. Your hard work is paying off. For some of you, you're already in this energy because you have stepped out of your comfort zone. You've gone through a rebirth here. And you did it by yourself.
So I really am just falling asleep because this shit is just like such bullshit.
25, 26. Step by step. Sudden wealth.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody could be watching you. Like if it's a certain type of business or practice or something that you're trying to get into, of course for the greater good.
What's for the greater good? Like let's just keep it a being. What's for the greater good? The greater good isn't the majority because apparently the majority is toxic and trifling as hell. So the greater good. Society tries to weaponize religion and such to influence others to do their bidding. Okay. To do their society tries to weaponize religion and such to influence others to do their bidding and to sway them onto their side um, and do their bidding. The greater good. The greater good doesn't mean the majority if the majority is dead and let's use a bushel of apples or a potted plant as an example. If a bushel of apples are bad, are mostly bad, then it would behoove you to take the good apples out and discard the bad apples. How about this? If a plant is dying and the soil is bad and the leaves are bad and some of the roots are bad, then you'd cut off the bad and then place the plant in a better area for it to grow. This is just so boring, and that's literally what society is. So what do they do? They just infest and disrupt other people's lives because that's the only thing that makes things entertaining for them. For it to go. If the plant is dying and the soil is bad and the leaves are bad and some of the roots are bad, then you'd cut off the bad and then place the plant in a better area for it to grow. If a house is infested with mold, then you'd gut the home and clean out and wipe out and destroy the mold. It's just like, that's the greater good. That's the greater good. Not appeasing or listening to or catering to the majority. If the majority is wicked, nasty, and destructive in a bad sense. So it's not a greater good thing. So, all right, we're done with that. We're done with that and the toxicity from, the spiel from this black woman. Yeah, so you just tired. I was not tired earlier. I was literally like moving about, moving about, moving about, moving about. And it's just enough. It's just way too many, way too many. Of course, I'm not saying all black people, but I don't want to have to keep uttering something that's very common sense. It's just like not all whites, although not all blacks, but just leave it up to your own interpretation, which I'm sure you guys have done and what you do. But it's like, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. It's like this right here is just not even exciting, but this is what's been placed upon me by a lazy ass government. The government that actually decided to participate in this shit. Okay. Yeah, wait, tell me others. Okay. More about you controlling idiots.
So, with that being said, that allows God to fill you with what He needs, with what is needed. Three. You want to walk away from the past, and you want this new beginning here, right? Three swords out here, but you probably got some kind of healing work that needs to be done before you can walk away. What I'm seeing here, this has to do with some kind of like trauma, like internal trauma or imprint, energetic imprint that is like holding you back, whether you realize it or not. It's kind of like somebody who like drinks a lot. They don't see alcohol as being a hindrance. They may see alcohol as being, just a recreation, and they underestimate it by believing they can stop it anytime they want. But they don't see the problem, but you do. That's the thing. Whatever this issue is, it's within you. It's a problem, and there's something about your heart that needs to be healed so that God can give you what He needs to give you. So for the
All right. So, black people. Black people are weaponizing religion against me and others in order to have people be obedient and submissive in order to do what it is that man wants, but will say it's God. It's God's desire. So basically, this black man is over here trying to, in a way, is trying to provoke or trigger me, I guess, by saying, hold on. It is. Does that. By saying, you know, things in order to allude that they're the ones that are in power with my pursuits, my goals, me attaining anything. They have the keys in order for anything that I want to pursue or anything like that. They're the ones that are cock blocking it, and that they are going to bestow me my dues and things of that nature if I do what they say, if I give them the entertainment that they want, if I, you know, move accordingly. But it's always like, it's always something. Like, first off, this should not even be happening. Like, these aren't gods. They just think that they are. And these are people who have never had any real power, who have to get up, wake up. They have no power over themselves. Everybody has to get up in the morning to go to the bathroom, to feed their kids, feed their pets. Everybody has to go ahead and sign in for work and, you know, do something when it comes to like getting money. You know, you have to report to somebody, whether you report to the higher ups or you have to kiss their ass in order for them to bestow you some more money, or you make money off of something else. But it seems like you're always reporting to somebody. And that one person who you always have to report to is God. But you guys try to dismiss him in order to use him as an image, just as you do me, to just like, you know, kind of hold up and be like, well, God says this, God says that, holding God up like a doll to be like, well, God wants you to do this, God wants you to do that. Honestly, the religion that you guys are advertising doesn't sound like a religion that I would want to ever be a part of. And that's many years later having to disgustingly hear your guys' mouth and hear you guys speak. It's just like such bullshit. I would not ever in my life be interested in practicing or even wanting to explore your religion, because you guys don't seem happy. You guys literally, your demands and the way how you treat people, like the only way how you guys are supposedly happy is by harming and hurting others, being super critical, not wanting them to have any life for themselves. You want them to have the life that you think that they should have, not the life that they want to have. You have your mistakes. You've entered horrible relationships. You've either ate, you know, continuously bad food. So now, like, you know, you guys have some type of, you know, probably some type of diseases, artery clogging, things of that nature. Because hey, look, you know, I can relate to those kind of things. But it's just like, for me, I give people freedom of choice. But for you guys want to go ahead and try to control everything under the sun for other people. I don't even want to control my life. I give you the opportunity to see fit on how you should live your own life. But I do believe that you should suffer from those consequences, or be punished with the consequences, judged by those consequences in this, that, here, and the third. You guys will make up shit in order to fucking, and even project the shit that you've done onto other people, so that way that they can suffer the consequences that, you know, that you're supposed to endure. And I'm just like, oh hell no, I'm not. No. I see things for what it is. You've picked the right one when it comes to somebody who can literally see both sides, someone who has rode extremely hard for not only humanitarianism, like, you know, regardless of skin color, but for also Black people. And for me to finalize that you guys are overdue for your just desserts. And I don't mean like the kind that you're gonna like. You're overdue for definitely the punishment, and that there is too many bad people that are, you know, in seats of power right now. The ones that are just being very deflective and not doing what the fuck it is necessary in order to actually have a thriving, healthy lifestyle and economy. So with that being said, I'm doing what it is that I want to do, and I'm not working or wanting to save any of you bitches, because you guys are nothing but users and abusers. Even people who supposedly ride for me, they would respect at my desire to want to, I guess, retire to a peaceful, comfortable living, a prosperous lifestyle after I do acquire my justice, because you guys have plenty, and I mean plenty of information in order for you guys to look back on for any kind of inspiration and things of that nature. You guys are nothing but users, and I have yet to find somebody that's, that has been consistently, a part on my side where they haven't, switched up. Maybe like, if any, it would be like less than a handful. Like I'm so fucking serious. But everybody wants me to live for them, wants me to have a purpose for their needs. It's nothing but a bunch of users. And again, I have no fucking compassion for that shit. Like I provided the information, I've provided advice, I've been patient and things of that nature, but I've only seen it for what it is, and just that people expect me to live for them. A lot of people, too many people are leeches. This world is just, a barrel or a bushel full of mostly just rotten apples. And it's just like, you can upcycle it to something else, but it's just like just keep the good fruit, or the fruit that's not, totally the fruit that's salvageable, in its own respective places, away from the molding, horrible, non-edible or non-using, like, fruit. I mean, if you want to try to do something with that, just like keep it over there. Okay? Keep it over there. So yeah. Hearing this message from a man, somebody who I was actually subscribed to, but I unsubscribed from him this morning, because it's really easy for people to be bought and to listen to other people just kind of like berate them with like passages from the Bible, or just a bunch of wordplay in order to manipulate, either emotionally, or most of the time it's emotionally. They psychoanalyze people, they do mind fucks. So that is something common. That is something that's been repetitive for years. So that's not something that I'm going to be moved from. I just wanted to keep this information so I can go ahead and play for what it is. Because again, this is a Black person who's a minus. This is a coon. This is a nigger. Nigger. This is somebody who's just, a patsy, easily bought. And I'm saying it for what it is. Like I said, you found the right one. Somebody who's just going to give it to you straight. And yeah.
Those of you who was instructed to do some kind of healing work, or to heal your energy, or to heal yourself, stuff like that, that's what's keeping you from getting what God has in store for you. You need, it's time for the time called for you to heal yourself, to release what don't serve you.
To heal yourself.
Expedia, all your trip, all in one place. Download the app.
Malcolm X, you were involved in a controversy some months ago with your leader. Is that over? Well, I've been silent for the past 90 days because of some statements I made concerning the President of the United States, which were discarded. They were discarded. Yes, what did you say, Malcolm? Well, I said the same thing that everybody says, that his assassination was the result of the climate of hate. Only I said the chickens came home to roost, and which means the same thing. Climate of hate means that this is the result of something. And when I said chickens coming home to roost, chickens coming home to roost, I said the same thing. But you did not say that you were glad the president was killed. No, that's what the press said. That's what I look like saying that I'm glad the president was killed. Malcolm, this was your first public statement in that 90-day period. It's the first time I opened my mouth in 90 days. That's why I'm talking so fast and so hot. You feel, however, that we're making progress. No. I will never say that progress is being made. Tighten my back 9 inches and pull it out 6 inches. There's no progress. No. I will never say that progress is being made. Tighten my back 9 inches and pull it out 6 inches. There's no progress. You pull it all the way out, that's not progress. The progress is healing the wound that's below me. And they haven't even begun to pull a knife out, much less try and heal the wound. They don't even admit the knife is there. They haven't.
after being called out for their horrendous display of being sellouts, coons, horrendous display to unjustly be sellouts and coons. Black people took it upon themselves to be angry at the fact I recognized their behavior as the same as their own oppressors. I was then targeted and pressured to, air quotes, let it go. And to heal the trauma that they have done in the past, in the present, and intend for the future. So the trauma that they have done in the past, I've already explained that ad nauseum. In the present, and intend for the future. How I can be useful to them and stalked by them. What can you do for us? What are you going to do? And this, that, here, and the third. Live for them. It's not even living. This is not even living. But what Malcolm X was saying, first he was silenced. He was targeted, as always, as a civil rights activist was, especially during that time, during the civil rights movement and during the 1960s and whatnot. This was after John F. Kennedy's assassination. That's why he was talking about the president. But his words are often misinterpreted, but it's done intentionally by the press, by the media, and by other people. And there are interviews where they've actually shown this happening, especially by other Blacks and by white people in the media. Pardon me. He took a vow, he was silenced, and I think he took a vow of silence, but he was silenced for a few months, I think 90 days. And then he came back to speak. And that was the first interview that he had, that first moment that he had, to say something. Not like the first time he said a word, but it was the first moment that he had to say something publicly on media. So that's, this is tactics that have been literally reused again and again and again by others, misinterpreting what I say intentionally, trying to silence me. And this one right here, to telling me to heal, knowing goddamn well the knife is still in my back. You pulled it out 3 inches. this thing isn't healing. Because you're still watching me. You're still over here trying to assassinate my character. You're still using the government in order to push this fucking agenda. All of a sudden now this is supposed to be a controversy situation. Like what is it? Conspiracy controversy kind of situation. Supposedly. You're trying to make it out today. And you want to still be perverted and stalk me and all other kind of shit, which is really fucking disgusting and deplorable. But then you're telling me to heal while I'm still carrying your burdens, and you're still over here trying to be on my fucking back. And you do want to go ahead and you want to sabotage things, because even as I'm pursuing these goals in the midst of my other responsibilities, you're still doing shit in order to fuck up my livelihood, my well-being. You are very much stupid. And I have this tab open for Black people because you are very much exemplifying why you are the mark. You were the ones that were targeted initially as a fucking whole, as a fucking race, as a fucking group, because you were the ones that would literally be able to go ahead and enslave your own people, sell your own people to be slaves elsewhere, and still end up and come up short. So you're being fucking messy, fucking chaotic, and you're so irate, and you're also misdirecting your hatred towards me when really it all should go back to you. And you want to just, kind of laugh about it and this, that, here, and the third, but it's just like, you're kind of doing your whole like Sodom and Gomorrah kind of bullshit, because, well, even the leader right now is fucking duplicitous and some shit. So, until people really don't expect the change to come or to happen, because there's so many people that are already, fucking corrupt, It's like when push comes to shove, but it's just like, who's going to shove when everybody is literally, or at least the majority is really fucking corrupt? What's really going to happen? That's why really right now, whites and non-blacks are playing both fucking sides, but it's just like what are you guys just going to do? That, and also society in itself is fucking corrupt. Worldwide, it's fucking corrupt. Why do you want to? I am like the movie that you like, that's doing all the good things that you should be doing in real fucking life. But you're just like, as long as I like this movie and I know that, and I can discern like what's good and not, that should be enough for me. You feel me? Oh, this looks like a really nice family and things like that, and it's a Hallmark movie. It's so sweet. But like you can't do it. Like you don't have the stamina. You don't have the willpower. You don't have the anything. And it won't even be this hard for you in real life. You're just fucking weak completely, but you just want to play pretend and associate with other people who are toxic and lazy as you. So yeah, no, there's nothing for me to heal from when it's still a toxic situation, and I'm still literally carrying the bruise and basically the assault on my fucking back. Like I'm still being assaulted. You're still like, you're not even taking it out. It's like, I'm not explaining this for you to understand. I'm explaining this for other people to understand as they witness each other, because not everybody is going to be definitely following everybody, essentially, not 100%. So I am just opening up the minds to the inferiority between a bunch of people. Like white people are just very sick and twisted. Like, a lot of them are very sick and twisted to just, want this shit to go on, to even, turn around and be like, she said some real mean words, didn't she? Come here. Come here. It's okay. How would you like a little piece of dehydrated salmon? Yeah. You want that? Okay, let's go. Meanwhile, they have a whole plate of salmon. Nice salmon. Buttered, honey glazed or whatever like that. It doesn't have to be salmon. It could be whatever favorite dish that you like. They have that, and they're expecting to eat that while you are somewhere in a corner eating. I'm sorry, I'm seeing this really beautiful black squirrel tail. So while you're somewhere eating in the corner the scraps, and for you, it's probably like the best little treats that you probably had with the little dust bunnies and stuff like that on it. You're just like, you don't care. You don't care. Probably the best, the closest that you ever got to, to something quality or something to that effect. So, yeah, when you guys think that you can try to use wordplay and all the other kind of bullshit on me, it's not gonna work because obviously I know better. I know better, and you guys sound fucking stupid. I obviously do not align with you because I see how you move and how you're living. So that way, I'm always gonna be suspicious of you. Like, yeah, stop it. So when he was over, like, yo, that's seriously like one of my favorites. Just like, yo, like, I can't dumb it down any kind of way. I'm not in the generation where it's to be understood. And apparently, there are people who lived during Malcolm X's time who sadly are survivors because those were the ones who were probably the ops who look like, who look like him, have the same complexion or darker or whatever like that, or lighter, who were black like him, probably have the same beliefs and everything. And sadly, a lot of them motherfuckers are survive today to just still be fucking toxic. So yeah, I can't make you understand, and I'm not here to make you understand. I'm just here to say something that is very, just not poignant, but just very obvious. And anybody who will grow and just finally sit down and observe shit for what it is, they'll be like, oh yeah, there is no two ways to this. This is not love. This is not admiration. This is not something that I'm feeling comfortable with accepting. You're not telling me to heal because you're not willing to heal your fucking self. You guys are just doing a lot of projecting, and I want no parts of that. So let's go back to this modern nigga.
So for those of you who was instructed to do some kind of healing work or to heal your energy or to heal yourself, stuff like that, that's what's keeping you from getting what God has in store for you.
So again, that right there is the abuse of religion and abuse of just saying a bunch of shit. So it's like the whole trauma is the thing that's holding you. Like, yo, stop it. Is what's holding you back from getting God's gift. So you're speaking on behalf of God, you, Joe Schmo. Like, for me to not comply and do what it is that you say. You're watching my naked ass, everything. And yet you want more. You want this, you want that. You want to see things before, I can, with the real God, my God, good grace, that I can move up out of here. But you're saying a whole bunch of other shit because from your coon nigga situations. And then he also pulled out the Bible, like, oh well, now I'm gonna believe. Nah, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. You see right through that shit. And then he had another video. I shit you not. It's not like, it's not like 24 minutes wasn't enough. Nigga made another video. But, this just, again, it's just the toxicity of Black people, of a lot of Black people.
To put it, is that
people, the majority of them.
The overall goal. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. This is part 2. So like I said, somebody's heart is closed off to the new beginning in itself. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. This is part 2. So like I said, somebody's heart is closed off to the new beginning in itself. Or it could be closed off to the thing that you asked for.
He was saying that my heart is supposedly closed off. And that also is not true because, pardon me, my heart isn't closed off. My heart is very much open to people who are not my abusers. Like, that's Black people. Black people haven't had significance. Study map. Black people. So air quotes, power hungry. That they're acting like an overseer or a coon assistant manager on behalf of non-blacks.
It's just like saying, hey, I want more. His heart is closed off to the new beginning in itself. Or it could be closed off to the thing that you asked for. That's just like saying, hey, I want more money. And then a job call like, hey, you want to work overtime? And you're just like, man, I'm trying to work overtime, And it's like, you just asked for it, So, yeah. Hold on. I had one car fall.
There will be a moment where it's just like, oh, overtime, like that would be nice. But no, they just expect you to handle it within those 9 to 5. Within that 9 to 5 to definitely overburden you and put you in a position where you are seriously extremely exhausted. I would much rather just go to another position and just do my hours. I guess there for the time being. It's interesting to say the least. Because yeah, if you are working during that 9 to 5, yeah, it's just gonna be bad dope. It's just gonna be bad dope because the most you can probably get from your overtime is maybe an extra, I don't know, 2 hours. I would like to have said 3. I'm gonna say I just don't think that would have happened. It's a shame. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of my own personal life. I'm just like, I'm thinking of an opportunity that presented itself, not for like working overtime, because overtime is different. Something like that I actually would have done, but the opportunity had really called for me to be working during my 9 to 5, and then getting perhaps maybe 1 or 2 hours like overtime, maybe, and even then, that seems like a struggle. I can't even get superiors to just be like, okay, yeah, like you can like take a half day off of your own day, like your own vacation time, to go ahead and go to school, continue your education. You would think at an educational institute you would be okay with somebody wanting to take a half off so that way they can go to school. I didn't present the situation that I've overheard, and I know that other people, white people, have gotten the opportunity to. But I was like, okay, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait and see how this plays out. So this is nice. It's actually really good. I could use something like this with something else. Like something like. All right, girl, I gotta go. But all right, just to cut the story short, the context of this video is just to be a critical minus, like the other stalkers. It's not about relieving the burdens that I shouldn't have to deal with. It's about judging me for not fulfilling my personal duties and pursuits, in addition to taking on their shit. And these are unjust, but judicially placed burdens that are on my back. It's like when the Brothers Grimm version of Cinderella, where she was just like, Cinderella wanted to go to the ball, but then the stepmother and the sisters were like, you can go. As soon as she finished those other tasks. And then she put in these outlandish tasks for her to complete. They were crazy, but thankfully she had the help of, animals and things of that nature, of magic animals, of that nature in order to help her. And it was basically a setup from the jump. So it's like it's the same kind of setup in the sense of like slaves getting off on Sundays, but only to hold on, excuse me. With Cinderella's more of the whole she had to finish these crazy ass chores in order to go to an elaborate ass ball, which is going to take a whole bunch of time. Seriously, a whole fucking lot of time. But it was a setup. The Disney version and the Brothers Grimm. It was like it's a total setup. It was just like, like they never really expected her to succeed. It's like how do you say fair or something like that? I don't know. I didn't want to like insult the German interpretation of it, but it was just like, work will set you free, which is basically, work hard. They were going to work you to death. You were supposed to be working to death until you are just nothing more. And this was what was written across the gates in Auschwitz in camp for the Jews. So it's basically like that, and an equivalent to African American slaves taking off. Like they had to work Monday through Saturday and get off on Sundays, but they're only off on Sundays so that way they can go to church and learn how to be obedient, compliant, submissive, subservient, and that's pretty much it. And to just believe in a higher power was just going to release them all on its own, not with the help of other people or even themselves, where they will act accordingly. And I'm talking Amistad, act accordingly, or civil rights, Martin Luther King kind of thing, act accordingly, Black Panther, work accordingly. All that came together to work in accordance for them to get the rights. And in modern day, let's see, which is crazy because like, hold on, when African American slaves were off on Sunday, it was mandated for them to go to church, mandated, or else they would get in trouble. That shit is crazy, so fucking crazy. And even today, these abusive Black people and just modern day other people who see me as a product are saying, hey, look, you are having like certain, you are resilient and it's beneficial, it's working for us, but also we want you to work harder and in a more interesting, entertaining way. And not only do that, but once you are released or have justice, we want you to be able to serve and help other people. Like, this is Black people. This is non-Black people. But this is Black people. Oh man, hold on. I think he also goes on to say, let's see something.
All right, so you got the High Priestess card in reverse here. Yeah, so like I said, basically what's going on here is that, like I said, because your heart chakra is closed off like it is, you're not connecting to that deep well of intuition that you have. It's kind of like you're doing the opposite of what your intuition is telling you for whoever this is. Somebody's intuition is pretty much guiding them towards this new beginning, but because their heart chakra is closed off, they're shooting it down. So basically, it's just like with the scripture, where it's like you ask God for something, ask over and over and over again, and God was like, okay, look, here, you can have it. And you're like, well, I don't want it now. And he's like, what? And he's like, okay, I guess I'll take it. And like, no, stop asking me for shit you don't want. You know what I'm saying?
This is the weird thing because they are presuming that there are things that I want that I don't want anymore. But saying that, oh no, like, well then I'll like we'll take it. And I'm like, okay. I have the rights to, okay, look, there are people who I've cut off who I want to be gone, obviously, from my life and things like that, regardless if they're trying to, like, stay attached to me, stay tethered to me. There are projects that I'm pursuing, and I'm pursuing it on my own time, on my own, like, well-being. There may be a timeline, but guess what? I started this in 2019, and it didn't like really take off until 2020. During that time, there have been a series of delays, man-made challenges, and obstacles that I didn't do, that they have done behind my back, slow shit down, financial abuse, things of that nature, distractions and deflections. And then they're talking about putting me on a further deadline to hurry up, hurry up. It's that overseer kind of authoritative coon assistant manager kind of personality. I had the time, and I have the time. Since you want to go ahead and play God, then why don't you hold it still? You feel me? I have to go through the things that I have to go through in order to still carry these burdens and these pursuits. Actually, these burdens are not mine. Like, I've dropped the burdens, but it's just like you guys keep literally still placing things, will destroy my property, things of that nature. But it's just like, I need to get through that stuff and handle the things that I need to handle. And you guys just need to get the fuck over it. Okay? There are a lot of things that you could actually have done in order to squash this, but like you want to try to make it entertaining. You want to try to make my abuse, my my energy, my pursuing my goals and that kind of third entertaining for you. You Black people, you non-Blacks, but specifically you Black people, because it just sounds so fucking good and entertaining during your little fucking business shows and your little business videos and things of that nature and your little conversations, because anything else about you that doesn't have anything to do with me, I guess is just too boring. I guess it's just, is definitely not the thing that built you up, because honestly, me, I am the foundation to which you stand on to fucking day. But until you actually get off of that and build your own fucking platform and go on your own way and do your own thing, you'll never know how you could be. You definitely won't be a great person considering the fuck ups that you've done. And you're mad at me because I won't help or I won't participate in that shit myself. And I won't forgive you, and I won't pat you on the back and be like, oh, that's nah. No. So to say that my heart is closed, you goddamn right it's closed to any abuser. When you say that my intuition is not working, no, my intuition is working pretty fucking well, because I can tell when you're trying to give me a shitty offer. I can tell when you're trying to hasten my steps in order for me to make a mistake, in order for me to be on your fucking timeline. My intuition is telling me that you are an easy mark for you to be bought in order for you to be a fucking sellout coon. My intuition is working pretty well for me to say, go fuck yourself. However, which way you want to, but go fuck yourself. And worry about your own.
Oh yeah, that's basically what this is. It's like your heart was tied up into something, and you asked God for something that you just didn't fucking. It turns out you wasn't ready for it. You just didn't want. Apparently that's how I'm seeing it, because you're not.
Exactly how you're seeing it. You are trying to speak on God's behalf, but you're just a looking ass bitch that's speaking for him, not on behalf of him, but for him. Black people and non-Black people, but it's the Black man speaking. Again, what is it that you want? And I'm telling you, if I was in a better situation, I'm doing the best and I'm doing what I can. And I'm right now, I'm in a comfortable position for myself where I can express exactly what it is I'm doing, but not not in its entirety. So people who want to try to invite themselves into my life are doing so at a moment where the bread is basically being smelled from the oven. Okay. I've invited you to the opportunity to help me um, plant the seed, help me take care and nurture the seed, cut the seed, grain, mill the seed, bake it, bake the flour and everything. But you chose to mock me, make fun of me, harm me, disrupt my livelihood, everything. Even advertising, oh, she ain't gonna make no bread. Oh, that bread is just like so disgusting and stuff like that. I know it's gonna be like nasty. And then you get to the point where you smell the bread coming from the oven and you're just like, oh, hey, what's up? Girl, what you making? Is that the bread? That's not the bread. Oh, girl. Oh my God. Do you need help? Do you need help with this bread? And you're mad because I see through that shit. And I know that you have a hidden agenda. And I also know the intentions. And I also know this shit that you've done in the background that I will not excuse you for. You've seen me do this much. Just since you are here sitting down, trying to sit down at my table, but I'm telling you no, but you're still sitting down. Why don't you shut the fuck up and just watch with your looking ass? I'm not inviting you or giving you my permission to watch and observe me, but since you're there, why don't you just shut the fuck up? Come out of reality where it's just like come out to reality where you don't control things. Okay? You can try to you make it like an illusion like you control things, but you don't really control things. And just shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, yo.
Opening your heart space up, or doing what you need to do and emotionally take care of your emotional body. Let's see what else we got here. We got the 7 of Cups out here in reverse. Yeah. So basically, not only is the heart chakra closed off, but with the 7 of Cups in reverse, this is like a lot of unfulfilled ambitions here. This is delusional energy. It's the energy of being delusional. You know what I mean? This is like, I'm guessing like you're saying something like, oh, well, I'll get it later, or I'll do this, or I'll do this. And it's like, no, it's not going to be here later.
This is called the timeline, their timeline, that they had already fucked up years ago. But now they're just like, okay, well, hurry up now. You feel me? Like, this is ridiculous. You know what? It's like going to a restaurant, taking forever in a fucking day to order something, and then being like, finally ordering something close to closing, and then being like, where's my food? Where's my food? And then you won't even pay. You won't even expect to pay. This is your fuck up. This is your fuck up. Leave me the fuck out of it. But it's just like, here's the projections and the omitted information about how you guys are in the wrong, basically. Like, you can't get there with your heart closed off. I'm like, you're still being abusive by trying to act as like, the coon, dictating what I should and shouldn't be doing in my life. Like, you guys have shown no sign of intelligence or sympathy in regards to my situation. Like, your hearts are closed. Okay, you see exactly what I'm going through. You are able to detail it to the nth, to everything, and yet your heart is closed. Your hearts are closed. You feel me? Because you still want to go ahead and be abusive. You still want to go ahead and try to act like you the main coon buffoon. It's stupidity all over. Stupidity all over. Y'all nothing. Y'all nothing. It's just embarrassing for you. Your hearts are completely closed. That is the projections and omitted information. Your hearts are closed because you guys are not exhibiting any type of like sympathy, compassion, or even any altruism at all. You guys are just being nothing but just demanding and entitled and harassing and perverted. Your hearts are closed. My heart is blocked from abusers, ugly ass leeches like yourselves. You're not trusting your intuition. I'm just like, yo, like on the contrary. Like I see you for who the fuck you are, me and my intuition. You want me to fall in line, but I'm just like, fall in your line? No. And you incorrectly use the Bible passages in order to gaslight me. That's another thing. So I'm just like, yeah, no. Your mind is all over the place. Black people ignoring their contributive part for what they played in this is like, I'm doing pretty well, all things considering. I really am. Like this world is I compare this world to like an infected well, but here I am dehydrated, but able to still drink just a little bit of water, something to keep myself afloat. Not from there, but just sustain for a bit of time through other means. But it's just like, yo, you guys are so toxic and narrow-minded.
You know what I'm saying? Next, you got the Six of Pentacles here. So yeah, it's kind of like in this delusional energy, or you being in this delusional space, or pursuing, just scatterbrained or whatever. The whole goal here is for you to be, working or increasing your bag here, or, maybe you are working on a project right now that's going to have a big payoff, that's going to have a nice payoff, where you're going to be lending and you don't have to borrow. You could also be working in charity where you're giving to others, or, working in something like that. So, yeah, there could be something like that that's going on. Maybe your heart is telling you to do some kind of charity work or something like that. Because a lot of times with your emotional body, a lot of people think that you have to meditate, or you have to take pills, or you have to do drugs, or you have to drink, or you have to do this, or you have to do certain things in order, if it feels good, do it in order to heal yourself. But that's not true. Drinking feels good, but over time you become alcoholic. Smoking feels good, but over time you're going from buying, a blunt to smoking like 12 blunts back to back to back. A lot of the stuff that you want done, need to get done, isn't getting done. You see what I'm saying? So
I just want to say, like, again, I will not disclose exactly what my plans are and what it is that I'm doing. But prior to that, even not last night, but even yesterday, I was working on my things. So it's just like, again, I'm not working on your timeline because you're the one that's playing God. Okay? Inferior Black person. There's so many of you. There's really so many of you people. I know this probably was going in and out though, but like there's so many of you people, inferior Black people. So I don't know how much this is has recorded, but I will reiterate if necessary, because like I want this to be like, in the segment of what it is. But just know your fucking place. Just know your fucking place. For real. Embarrassing and fucking embarrassing, yo. Why am I?
basically, what I wanted to say is like the whole plan is to put you in a lending energy and not a borrowing energy, where you're giving instead of taking. You see what I'm saying? So when you are like I guess
It's just
the best way to put it is that the overall goal is for you to be in a position where you're able to help other people. But you can't get there with
One more time for the one more time.
You are like I guess best. Okay, the best way to put it is that the overall goal is for you to be in a position where you're able to help other people, but you can't get there. The overall goal is for you to be in a position where you're able to help other people, but you can't.
To help other people. Always in service, right? But y'all bitch asses. But what have you done for me? You won't even there's like no donations, no nothing. You see exactly the shit that I've been going through and things like that. I've been unjustly put into this situation. And y'all are fucking users. Black people are really fucking leeches and users. Yes, I've said it. I've said it because you're showing me. You're literally saying it yourself. A lot of y'all are really fucking leeches and users. You definitely chose the right one. I am the one that's telling you. I'm the one that's been the advocate for several years. I have the receipts. I have everything that proves that shit. But it's just like, yo, I see you for what it is, yo. Y'all opportunists, scamming. That was the vibes for y'all. Scheming, scamming, all that kind of shit. And then at the very end of the day, y'all still in y'all little chairs or wherever, and y'all just like, how else can we use her? How else can we just exhaust her? And it's just like that. And white people, like y'all just definitely merge. Where's the freedom? Where's the real freedom? Because it showed like, full black. My abusers are full black, half black, and adopted by black. And working with blacks. So it's just like, where is the fucking sense and sensibility when it comes to being what you say you are? Liberty. Land of the free, home of the brave. None of that. Apparently, we've seen what happens to those kind of people. Y'all have to change your motto or whatever like that, your motto or whatever like that, because you literally have different ulterior goals and pursuits and objectives. And it's not me. I'm literally just calling it out. I'm your news reporter, giving you the real. Part one. This is enough, and a lot of black people. I'm just telling you, what the fuck? Because there's people out there, and I don't believe that I'm the only fucking unicorn out here that is literally exhibiting any kind of If you can understand me, then definitely that just shows I'm not the only unicorn who has that kind of same kind of pursuits and morals and ethics and stuff like that. I've witnessed it on social media where people actually understand what the fuck it is that I'm saying and will say things on their own naturally about how people really, how an environment actually should be. Or at least basically saying hey, look, how you're behaving is uncalled for. How you're behaving is disgusting. Unfortunately, I'm telling you, it's so fucking disgusting and tragic on how many people who are about the negativity are influencers, politicians, celebrities, singers, musicians. Like I said, we definitely need to have we need a reset. We need a fucking reset, bro. We do. We need a fucking reset. And how are you getting mad at me? I'm just literally calling things out for what it is. There's no kind of, this is a misunderstanding. Fuck that. Then tell me how is being misunderstood? These are literally in abusive situations, right? This is literally modern slavery, yeah? Yeah. You've done this out here in the third, right? Do you fully understand what modern slavery is? Do you know what you've done to me and that you've inspired other people to do to other people? I don't think you do. Because clearly I'm hearing you guys speak. Multiple people speak. And then I read exactly some of the things that you guys say. And I'm just like, wow, there's literally a cesspool of blacks and non-blacks thinking like this shit. Man, I'm gonna stop.
Get there with your heart closed off. You're not trusting your intuition, and your mind is all over the place, and you're hurt.
And then that's when I was just like, oh my gosh, like this right here, this guy, and other people he's speaking on behalf of are hurt because you would be wherever you are happily not giving a fuck. There are so many fucking homeless people. How many times have I ever heard about people in California coming out of their homes and boom, there's a homeless person? You have so many opportunities in order for you to go ahead and make a fucking difference and like consistently every fucking day work on those people, look after those people, look at those people, monitor and connect and collaborate with those people in order to help them. But here you are trying to interfere into my fucking business and try to distract and fuck up things and want to criticize. I see it for what it is because you guys literally are nothing but fucking minuses and you do it to your fucking self. The whole kind of situation about like, you know, the whole bigger picture is we're not only just, you know, wiping the slate clean for a lot of people who are non-blacks who were the oppressors. It's just like they want it to be known about, well, actually, no, they don't want it to be known about like, you know, how limited they are and just about like how they are the poster child for other things. So basically it's just like, okay, fine. And you wanted to go ahead and do this, then you go ahead and do this. You go ahead and you do the big girl, big boy job. And in the meantime, we're gonna have our little kickbacks and do this and her and the third and whatever the fuck that we want to. But not too many of you guys because we don't want to give you guys too much sense of where you have power and things of that nature. You know, you always have to know your fucking place. At the very end of the day, that's how it is. You always have to know your fucking place in this world. You will do something humiliating or something like that. And at the very end of the day, also know that we can take you out. And we don't mean to dinner. Okay? We don't mean to dinner. Okay? Okay? We're gonna be like, oh yeah, we're about to take you out. You're like, oh, okay, so we're going Carrabba's, Olive Garden. Not that way. And you'd be like, we're like, oh, no. Like, yeah, this is crazy. Oh my goodness. And then somebody comes from the back and then go. And that is current for you. So, I mean, yeah. Anyway, I got a place to go. And I got things to do as I always do, though. But I just had to just, you know, put this out here because so for some reason, Black people were trying to vilify me and definitely trying to control me. White people were definitely trying to vilify me. Oh my goodness. So yesterday after I was speaking, white people were trying to vilify me, specifically this white one. I want to go ahead and play her video, but before I get off on that, so dude, I will no longer need. He was like, "You're hurt." I was just like, "Stop it." Okay, first off, you're hurt, okay? Because I'm not doing what you're saying. You went through a whole spiel, and then you end up trying to like provoke or trigger me. But it was just like, every single time now, whenever anybody does something that, you know, it's like I can see through that shit. So it does nothing but make me go, police report. Like, yes. Basically, like, I don't understand. Y'all just be. Let's see. I feel like you're hurt. It's just like you're doing the most to try to break me down and control me to make things go back to what it once was. Oh my God, like I'm telling you, you guys act more and more like the former oppressors than ever and not even realize it. And it's just like, yeah, stalkers are hurt because, like, you know, in that video, in that message, it was just like, you know, I see what you're going through, pardon me, in your pursuits, but we need you to make it about us. We need you to make it about us. And then even afterwards, you know, once you get, you know, to where you want to with your money and things of that nature, we still want you to make it about us. We still want you to do this, that, and the third. Think that, you know, because they're literally talking about my fucking future. They talked about my past. They want me to let go of my past. They're still over here trying to control my future. I mean, they're still trying to control my present. And then they also have plans for my fucking future. Bitch. Black people and non-blacks But I'm just saying the audacity for you to be black and for us to have shared different types of situations or just to have fucking empathy at all. And you're just like audacious. So fucking audacious. It's insane. Sorry, I've got the take some of these with me because I have to go. You know, the fact that you guys want me to do things for you guys and offer me nothing in return, it just shows that you guys can't exist without me. It was just, you guys can't exist without anybody, really. You're just pathetic. Men can't exist, cannot exist. Women cannot coexist. Black people are just, it's like a lot of the black people are just really show their asses. It's mostly showing black people, a lot of black people being leeches independent without standing on their own 2 feet and doing their own God fucking thing that they want to go ahead and do. Okay, you have the opportunity to just go ahead out there and just make a fucking difference. You don't need to try to hound and harass me. If your advice is so fucking awesome and superior, then why won't you go ahead and just take off, start making a difference out there in the fucking streets? Like I said, there's so many homeless people out there. You could literally be turning things around. You want to be all in my fucking business. Stop it. And it's just like, okay, fine, you help that one person without the money. Because apparently, you just make it the same way. Actually, I would like for you to go ahead and make it with the money. But it was just like, to make it more fair. Because honestly, if I had the money, there's a whole bunch of other shit that, I obviously would have pursued and accomplished already. But we know that. You know that. But you guys are so full of shit. Reminds me of that. I gotta find that story. Where's that story? Like, you guys had that whole run nigga run. There was a shit. Hold on. Damn it, there's a let me look it up. Run nigger boy run. Black man invited to read. I'm trying to look it up. Black man invited to read I think poem to whites and taken to fight other blacks, then given a scholarship. That's crazy. Was it Langston Hughes? I gotta remember that one. God damn it. I don't care. I'm gonna find it because it's like Boy Blue or something like that. God damn it. God damn it. Hold on, let's see. Let's figure this out. So it's called the Battle Royale. No, excuse me, the Battle Royal. Okay, it's called the Battle Royal by Ralph Ellison. I would like to advise and ask that people read the entire thing instead of looking for the summary because it's actually pretty good. It's I'll give you the summary, but I mean if you read it for yourself because it's more descriptive and has more like things in it. But it's just like a black man is invited to read his paper or his one on like that to a crowd of white men because supposedly somebody had he had briefly mentioned it before somewhere he was invited to an opportunity to say it in front of a bunch of distinguished white gentlemen, and the black guy was very honored and very honored. So he goes there looking nice and everything like that. And he goes to the event where he's welcomed by the doorman and the woman, the attendee, like I think the coat tag taker. Anyway, as he's going there, he enters in the area and he sees that there's a woman who's stark naked. And he's just like, well, what the fuck is happening? It's a white woman. And he sees other black people there and he's presented with this opportunity to just fight. I think fight for their life or something like that. Not to the death, but just like fight. And whoever is the victor is able to, then he's able to like read the poem and things of that nature on his paper. So he ends up actually winning, like don't let the fucking clothes fool you. So he was like, these people were obviously like a little bit like kind of lesser than him, but he fought them all and won. And he's bleeding and things of that nature. And his clothes are all tattered and things of that nature. And the white people are sitting there drunk as fuck, smoking their cigars, having, libations and this, that, and the third. And expecting this black man not to clean himself up or nothing, but just to go ahead and read that paper from right then and there, from where he stood, from being the victor. And he did. God damn. So he did. He stood there, read the paper with a cut lip, bruised eye, heart, like everything, just pounding and things like that. He was already nervous. So this right here kind of makes him nervous because also he says it from like a very meek voice and they're just like all laughing and overcrowding him and things of that nature. And he just packs up and packs up and just leaves, kind of like holding off also like his clothes up. My dude, he finishes what he's saying and then he just walks out. And one of the guys was like trying to stop him and stuff like that. And was just like, hey, look, take this. Like, this is your reward for doing that. And it's a scholarship. It's a scholarship to like a college or a university. And the black man is very appeased. The black man is happy and walks out. And he tells people, and people are actually proud of him. You're not proud of him? And he goes on to sleep because obviously he's very tired and exhausted, and he dreams, I think, about his father or grandfather. And I'll just leave that message there, where it's just like, I'll leave that message for you guys to see it. But it's really sad on all the things you have to do in order to get a crumb of fucking respect. And people think that I want to go ahead and go through this fucking maze of undeserved and unjust, I guess, punishment, because I'm not adhering to whatever kind of egotistical rules, not rules within the fucking country, because I've abided by those. No, egotistical male rules, because if I want to dump you because you are literally cheating on me and I don't want anything to do with you, if I want nothing to do with you because you've been stealing from me, you've been taking my money, you've ruined my fucking credit, I've supported you all. The fuck? You were nothing but minuses in my life. You're still minuses. You're still fucking minuses. So why the fuck do I need to do this whole mediation shit? You're not even related to me. Why the fuck do we need to have this? Like this total fucking bullshit. So here we are in a situation where I am where racists are taking the opportunity to go ahead and abuse me. Basic ass people that are, standard citizens are using me as a way to exploit and gain money and capital, things of that nature, attention. Bruh. It's pathetic. It really is pathetic. But you guys don't mind being the run nigga run, which is like what they had said in that story. Run nigga run, in this to get beaten down and then think that this shit is cool and gravy. But you're not in that position to sit up there with the big boys and to drink their drinks and touch the women and stuff like that. You might have, that kind of shit going on now in the modern kind of way, but you're still not going to be in the box seats. You might think that you're in the box seats if you're like, a rapper and things like that. But there's always a fucking door that you will not have access to because of who you fucking are. And not just because of the skin color now, but because you're so easy to be fucking sellouts. You're not to be trusted. They're not to be trusted too, though, but damn sure not going to be in that situation where they're going to sell out their own kind in the fucking America. Like, they're not going to be like that fucking duplicitous and disgusting. No. Speaking of which, yeah, I'm not hurt. I am offended. I'm abused, and I'm disgusted that you're still alive, that a lot of you people are still alive or just not incarcerated already. Like, I'll keep it a fucking buck. You guys try to kill me, so why would I not want anything to happen to you in which you are arraigned, court arraigned? I'm not saying I'm going to do something myself to you. No, I'm just saying that literally the people who supposedly supposed to have the power or trying to like whip out their dicks and stuff like that, they're supposed to honestly have done something already about that. I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear any delays and this, that, here, and third. Like, speaking of which, I have videos. I have this video where immediately after, this white woman was just saying, "Yo, it's not that serious." Excuse me. Are you not Jewish? It'd be crazy if this bitch was Jewish. Because I say this because I have been, I'm telling you, under this abuse for over 10 years, well close to, if not more than 13 years. Was that not the same amount of time that you were fucking in, that your ancestors and stuff like that were in the Jewish camps, going through Holocaust and that kind of shit? You bitches should know that. You bitches complain about being stuck in the houses for like 1 year during a pandemic. You guys were complaining, or as you can see, the two-faced black people who were just full of shit, talking about 2 years into extra slavery for Juneteenth, but here it is. I have over 10 years of this shit. No, it is that serious. It's just that you guys habitually like to speak up more if it's like a celebrity, or if it's, somebody who is not only of use to you, but who still you feel like is more powerful than you. And not only that, but also a dead person. So it's just, again, I just see through all the bullshit. I see through all the bullshit, and I just don't want to clean up. It's your shit. Fix it yourself. Fix it your fucking self. Okay? I really don't have to do that. Again, it's Ralph by Ralph Ellison, RALPH. ELLISON, and it's called Battle Royal. All right, so I'm gonna go. Oh, wait, one more time. The white girl that was trying to vilify me and saying that all of a sudden, I'm evil and stuff like that because I really wanted to tell people about themselves. Like if I wanted to be evil or mean, I would have talked about some superficial shit. I would have talked about like, I don't know, I can feel the core of who you are from inside, and I could have like diminished the like that persona and that characteristic, your tiny little man syndrome, or your weak ass bitch kind of personality to be a pick me, attention seeker, or your ugly ass kids, and I'm talking about pets and people. I don't know, because I mean, like, I just honestly from that energy, you could only probably be like superficially attractive, but overall, in general, like you're not just that kind of person who would probably want to be around for a long period of time, unless you had presented something to somebody else in a way that was like a good like kind of proposal. Now, see, like that to make that more personal, that would have been something that's like mean. But I was just basically just saying my observations on what things were. Like I didn't talk about your sex life or anything like that. Mean. I can get mean, but I don't choose to because it doesn't fulfill anything that like the point that I'm trying to make. Okay, get the fuck out of here. Stop sucking my dick. Like for real, like, y'all so fucking stupid. I can't see. Stop it. You're putting me on. Stop it. Stop. Gosh, what else? I'm about to get up and do this stuff. Like, start. Oh, yeah, it's me looking all cute, so fine. Cute, so fine. So yeah. Sorry. All right. So yeah, quick shit like that, and I'm out. About to go. There have been so many people out there. Well, we could only see the finished product, or we could only know from like the after effects of a survivor if they have been kidnapped by somebody who's been trying to kill them, things of that nature. Where somebody who's been held hostage will talk about the incident. Not the incident, but the traumatizing moment of them being in the company of their abuser. And sometimes people will talk, they're initially like, a good person. Not the abuser, but the person who's been kidnapped and whatnot like that. But I'm pretty sure at a certain point in time when hope seems slim, pardon me, that person is going to knock the fuck out of the abuser or take whatever opportunity and chance that you get. Where you sometimes hear in the news, like, oh, this person put up a struggle, this person put up a fight. Like, duh, and I hope so too, because obviously this person is abusive. This person doesn't wish that other person well. That person wants to harm them. So naturally, when people are telling me some shit like my heart is closed off, or I need to be open, I'm like, you guys are the abusers. Why would you ever think that I would be in a position to offer you kindness, any more patience, or anything of that nature when you have shown me exactly who you are and what your intentions are? You are a fucking loser. You are the fucking loser. There's no reason for me to go ahead out my way and endanger my life or hurt myself in order to make you fucking happy and in order for you to feel entertained. None. So, bye. And obviously, good riddance to you, because I'm always looking forward to the opportunity where I can find authentic and genuine people. But until then, I'm here. And you're looking, but you're looking at us.